Shut up and sit down.
So the XFL.
Yeah.
Coming back.
You didn't watch any playoffs, so let's go to the XFL.
Okay. It's great.
Are you excited about it?
Yes.
Do you think it has a chance?
Yes.
Why?
I think it has a chance because it's not going to be during football season. Well, actually, it'll be an overlap a little bit because it seems like that Vince wants to have it start in January or February and go 7 months. So it'll be during pretty much the off season of NFL will be the XFL.
7-month season.
Yeah, or something like that. It's something, and it's going to be 8 teams, and it'll be a 4-team playoff.
8 teams, 4-team playoff.
Yep.
Okay.
It's half the field.
Yeah.
That's about right.
And they don't have any cities lined up. It's all very.
And it's not until, what, 2020?
2020.
It seems like they're going to take their time with it.
Well, they say that, but this is the same time window they had for the last XFL. And
Was it?
Yes.
Well, here's why I don't think the last XFL worked.
Okay.
It was right in the heart of the whole Attitude Era thing where WWE was getting crammed down everybody's throat.
Yep.
And I think that people, number one, thought it was an illegitimate sport. They thought it was fake, like
Yep.
wrestling.
Yep.
And number two, like they thought it was going to be like somehow raunchy or something because of the X and XFL.
Mm-hmm.
And now that WWE's made
Well, they
themselves,
promoted it with our cheerleaders are hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that made a lot of advertisers leery of it and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. But now that I think that the WWE has done so well as
The
a brand,
PG era.
has made themselves a family-friendly company again,
Yeah.
that I think that's going to give it some more success.
You know what else I think is the big thing with this time around? I think XFL was ahead of its time back then.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
I think with social media now, the XFL was made for social media.
Yeah.
Following all these players online, playing fantasy football. People love fantasy
Oh, yeah.
football. You give them more chances to do it. You play XFL fantasy football.
Yep.
Tweeting about it, posting it on there. You could have it all online. You don't even need. I know CBS Sports is going in with them.
Oh,
but
are
they? Apparently, that's one of the people that's in on it. CBS instead of NBC this time.
Okay.
But you don't even need to worry about paying advertisers for a time slot.
Yeah.
You could launch your own app.
Well, CBS Sports has its own app.
Yeah, and you could just have games on there. They're all online.
Yeah.
They're on Facebook Live, or they're something like that. It would be so much easier nowadays instead of worrying about ratings, and people record games now where people are like, I don't want to watch that game at 10 o'clock at night or whatever. And you're
Yeah.
right. They tried to do too much like it was wrestling.
Right.
And they were all
Jim
about the
Ross
sex
and Jerry Lawler were the
Yeah.
announcers
Yeah.
and stuff.
It was too much. And they're not about that anymore with the PG stuff. I mean, they'll do a little bit, I imagine, here and there, but
My biggest thing that I took away from the press conference today when I was listening to it was Vince McMahon's like, how much are you going to, they said, how much are you going to be the front man for this league? He said, more than likely you'll never see me again. And I'm like, that's great. Because the less they associate with Vince McMahon and associate it with WWE, the better. They're
Yeah.
like, well, what's the crossover going to be? He's like, there's going to be zero crossover between the two properties. Like, perfect.
that's
'Cause-
exactly what they need.
Yeah.
Because people don't want to hear that it's just wrestling and
Yeah.
Vince McMahon going, this is the XFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing, don't go into a campaign where you bash the NFL.
Yeah.
Because remember that last time they were like,
Yeah.
that other sport got weak.
Not
and
for
wimpy,
fun league.
Not for fun and all that. The NFL is your friend.
Yeah.
If people are watching NFL, you say, hey, are you going through a withdrawal because the Super Bowl's over?
Yeah.
And then tune in the XFL games. We still got football.
Yep.
You play off it nicely instead of that. Oh, that league sucks. Don't try and
Right.
compete with it.
You
Yeah.
can't.
Just feed off it.
Nobody can compete with the NFL.
Don't start saying shit like, I don't want to hear shit like, our players in the XFL stand for the anthem.
Well, that was a lot of the press conference today.
Was Vince bringing that up, or were the
reporters were asking? He's like, it made it seem from the press conference that if you have any criminal activity, you're not getting a contract.
Yeah.
He only wants the most people to be playing this league.
That's cool.
He said that there's going to be a code of conduct book that everyone will understand. If you cannot and he praised the anthem. He said, if you're not going to stand for the anthem, in so many words, he didn't say this. He's like, we expect people to stand for the anthem, and if people, you're not going to be part of the league if you're not going to agree to the bye rules of the league.
Which I'm sure players who can't get in the NFL will be.
Well,
yeah,
I'm
happy
we'll
to
do
do
whatever. Yeah.
I want to know how many people that they're going to find that are that are on an elite level that don't have prior convictions. Because he made a comment, he's like, "Well, if you have a DUI, you're probably more than likely not going to be playing in our league." I'm like,
Well, you're gonna have a hard time because all of them got busted for weed or something or steroids.
Well, look at your own. Like, it was tough. Like, look at the WWE. It's not all Saints and over there, but it's going to be tough.
There's enough football players out there. Though.
There's a lot of players out there.
You look at all these college teams that. There's how many?
I tell you who I want to see. I want to see Tebow on a team, and I want to see Johnny Manziel
Johnny Manziel
on a team. I want to see a team out of New York with Johnny Football running the show. To be great.
Someone asked a question like, would you see Colin Kaepernick, Tim Tebow, and Johnny Manziel on a team? And he goes, I don't know if all those people would be in our league because, we're not going to let people come in with a DUI. Johnny Manziel out the door right now. He ain't going to make it. So, I mean,
down the road, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, but I think that
ratings and stuff like that.
He's trying to make this very clean. And gotta love John Shumway from local Pittsburgh News got on and asked a question.
Did he?
Yeah, and I can't remember the question. And he goes, the last thing he was like, so Pittsburgh is a contender for a team. He goes, and Vincent started laughing. He goes, like I said earlier, we don't have cities for teams yet. I love Pittsburgh, but we'll have to see.
That would be cool if they got a team.
Listen, I'd be all in if they had an XFL team.
Yeah.
I would.
Ken, sponsored by the Ken Frederick Podcast.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, if Chicago didn't have a team, which they probably will,
Yeah.
I would go in all in on a Pittsburgh team.
They had a team last time. Did you support them then? Did you buy a jersey?
I don't think I had a jersey, but I don't know. I didn't really get into it too much.
It was hard to get into.
It was hard to get into. I didn't really like it.
I tried to get into the Arena League when they had the Arena team.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I used to do that.
Arena League was fun.
Yeah. We went down for the comic book store, sponsored some stuff there a couple times.
I think it's the right time for it. Like I said, so they didn't have social media back then, and the XFL did a lot of things that were cutting edge. You can now advertise.
That the camera on the swivel thing that you see now.
And like I said, I think pushing people love playing fucking fantasy football.
Yep.
And if you promote that hardcore and be like, your fantasy season ain't over. XFL starts. Get a league, join now. That's a great way to get people getting into it because that wasn't as big back then.
No.
You didn't have it on computers. You played it like
paper. Well, I mean, it was.
Hardcore
It
people played on paper.
Yeah.
It wasn't as big as like it is now.
Yeah.
Right. You didn't have draft kits that you could buy. And
Fantasy
stuff like
football will make people watch that shit.
Yeah.
Going, hey, whatever my guy is, I have him in a game. I'm watching him. I want to win. I want to win in a league.
The only thing I think will be a problem for fantasy football is if they're only going to have 8 teams, your fantasy football leagues are going to be small.
It's got to be small, yeah. Which
that's
probably
fine.
Getting from your hardcore fantasy football players, half of them will go, I'm not watching that shit. The other half will be like, yeah. Like us 4 will be like, yeah, we're going to league of 4 guys. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So the Chicago team in the old XFL was the Chicago Enforcers.
Yeah.
So
weren't they like gangster kind of things or something like that?
it was this fisting logo.
Yeah, a fisting logo.
That's like someone's butthole, and that's just a fist obliterating it. I still have my Orlando Rage jersey that I
Nice.
bought for like $4 on
Do you have a
clearance.
Tommy Maddox shirt?
No, I wish I did because he played. I forget who he played for.
He was the MVP.
Yeah, he was the MVP. He won their championship. But
I tell you what, I think this is a good thing for these guys who can't make NFL teams to play in, and then someone quarterback gets hurt in the air, and they're bringing out the guy that won the XFL championship.
Well, look at it. I mean, Tommy Maddox was the quarterback for the Steelers for 3 years.
And did well.
Did well. Took him to a couple playoff games. Like he hate me, whatever that guy's name
Rod
was.
Smart.
They won't have that shit anymore. You won't have numbers.
Someone asked, and he started laughing. He goes, it's funny how iconic people can remember he hate me after this many years. Because I love, and he started talking about how
People
great.
do special days where you're allowed to do that.
I think that was a great idea. Like, I mean, your announcers are going to know who you are by the number anyways.
Yeah.
Like, show a little.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
It can't
I like
hurt. I mean, I think they'll get more than one season out of it this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also too, I know that they don't want to go in with the WWE. It seems like they don't want to partner with them at all. But how great it would be like if you have the NFL package, you have the XFL package on the network, and be like, oh, I can just watch.
I think
highlights.
another key thing. Obviously, you want to worry about player safety, so you can't have it that like this league you're allowed to just kill people and all that concussion protocols and all that. But less flags and less replay, I think, would make for a much smoother game.
Yep.
Because people hate that.
Well,
You're not throwing a damn flag every 5 minutes on pass interference, and we got to review this one. You know, whatever the call is, that's what it is, and you move on. And the game moves fast.
There's a video online that's kind of like promoting it, and there was some of the catchphrases they were saying was that it was going to be a faster, sleeker, safer game.
Yeah.
So that's what they're really trying to get to. So
because you will sit there during a Steeler game and sit through all the reviews and all that because it's your team.
yeah,
If you're watching an XFL game, you're like, God, this is the 5th penalty. Like, I'm turning it.
Yeah.
You know, now they're reviewing another play.
It's
I'm
true.
turning it.
Yep.
I'm turning it. Instead, you're like, oh, shit. Game moves fast. I watched a whole game like an hour and a half. Like, this was nice.
well,
You know?
the typical NFL game's over 3 hours long. If
Yeah.
they can get it into a 2-hour window, I think they should, instead of having like a down clock, if you guys had a running clock system,
Yeah.
it would, much like soccer, and
Something to make the game move quicker so
Yeah.
it excites you.
They also said no halftime, like just
Yeah.
like, all right, we're just gonna keep playing and go from there, like
Yeah.
so
Little break.
it'll be interesting.
Interesting. Good.